Hello, this is Harry. I'm here to present What If Harry Potter Was Transported to Rise of the Shield Hero Universe? Let's get into the story.
The legendary cube. Harry Potter was in the Black Library. He could not sleep even after the death of the Dark Lord. Sleep never came easily and probably never will. He was looking at books when he found a book that looked out of place. He picked it up and it said The Four Cardinal Heroes. He opened it to the first page. It said that when the dark waves come and the world is in ruin, four heroes will be summoned to save mankind. Each hero has his own weapon to master the sword, spear, bow, and shield. But one weapon more powerful than the others has been forgotten for too long and must return. It was called the cube. But a cube is not a weapon unless it has some sort of magic involved. He turned the pages until he got to the page about the cube hero and found it blank. Why is it blank? Harry said. But before he could finish, he was pulled into the book and fell onto what looked like a stone floor like Hogwarts. Was it a port key placed and forgotten there? If so, why? He got up and discovered that he had a cube in his hand. It was a wooden box with four sides. The sides were a coge, a fortress, a bag, and an anvil crossed with an alchemy table. Next to him was to man one with a shield, a sword, a bow, and a spear. The one with the shield had black hair like him, a green and white hoodie, and jeans. The sword had black hair, a mad expression. On he also had a blue coat and blue khakis. The spear hero had blonde hair tied up in a ponytail, a red coat and blue jeans, and the man with the bow was dirty blonde with a green suit and pants and a red tie. They all had the same train of thought since they all wanted to go home and expressed it as well. There were 5 other men dressed in blue wizarding robes and said, "Our great heroes, please save our world from evil and bring the land back to peace." All but him objected to this request, but the 5 men said that it could not be done until the evil waves are defeated, and then looked at Harry and the cube in his hand and said, "What is that? The legendary cube that had not been seen in over 200 years? The men turned their backs and started talking. He heard, "Why is the cube hero here? We did not summon him here, but we can undo it. I guess we can treat him like a hero." They turned around and said, "Come all of you, we will be meeting the king." The man with the sword said, "I guess we will do that." The man with spear said, "It will not matter, our demand will not change." The man with the shield said, "Can these people be any more smug?" and walked away. "He has a point," said Harry, "and maybe I can get more on what the hell is going on here." They started waking up and up and up more stairs until they got to a window and looked out to see a small kingdom houses lined up like toy soldiers. A wall encompassed the kingdom like sand surrounding an island. It was pretty. The other men were comparing it to Japan. Does that mean these men are from Japan? And why would they summon someone from London? They walked through what looked like a small courtyard. Harry saw a woman through the window. She reminded him of Ginny, but she did not seem trustworthy, and he was good at spotting things like that. Weirdly, the cube in his hand glowed red in agreement. Was this one of the cube's magical abilities? Is it attached to his emotional state? He would have to study the cube later. They finally came to the throne room. 10 guards lined up on each side of the room. A king on a throne of gold sat staring at all of us. As we walked in, he looked at me and the shield hero with clear disgust and said, "So you must be the 4 cardinal heroes of ancient legend. And what is this, the cube hero?" I did not know how or why, but we are grateful. This king reminded him of Snap, but more cruel and manipulative. The king continued, "This is the land of Melromark, and I am its king, Alcray Melromark the 32nd. Welcome, brave heroes. Please identify yourselves." The sword hero went first and said Rinamake, I am a high school student, and I am 16 years old. Then the spear hero went next and said, I am Motoyasu Kitamura, a collage student, and 21 years old. The bow hero went next and said, I suppose I'm next at Suki. Kawasami, still in high school and 17 years old. The shield hero was about to say his intro when the king butted in and said, good run, Motoyasu. And it's Suki, the shielder, protested and said, you king, aren't you forgetting a few people? Harry chimed in and said, I agree. It is kind of rude, don't you think, my lord? Yes, forgive me, it's Suki, said Hay. You can't just say, yo, king, and how dare you insult the king by calling him rude, that you both have to address him with respect. Harry said, so what then do you really expect the both of you not to be insulted by being censored out like filthy peasants? The shield hero then said, now, if we are done arguing, it's my turn. I am now Fumi Iwatani, collage student and 20 years old. Finally, it's my turn. My name is Harry James Potter. I am 17. The king now spoke and said, now, then I suppose I need to explain why we brought you here. Is he ignoring us? Said now Fumi. The king continued his speech like he was not there. May beloved country of Melromark and the entire world surrounding it are heading down a path to certain ruin. I'm still kind of pissed about how crappy me and Harry are being treated, said Naofumi. The king started talking about the waves and how there's an apocalyptic prophecy. Harry started to drift off and started thinking about how much he hated prophecies. His whole life was dictated by it, and how much he wanted to be done with it and live the life he wanted, only to be thrown head first into another one. The Potter family was most definitely cursed. He was snapped out of his thoughts to listen to the final parts. Most interesting, the Dragon Hour class, and how the kingdom underestimated the power of the waves, almost leading to their ruin. The king said, now, we have no time to lose. Now check your statuses. What is a status? Said Harry. The sword hero said, is it not obvious? Have you guys not played video games before? It's the icon on the low right corner of your vision, and focus on it. Harry did as instructed and saw a game menu pop up with a cube icon next to it. Had a level. He was level 1 under it. Had 2 columns on listed attack, defense, and armor class. The other had debuffs, buffs, and elemental effects. But Harry discovered that he had a third column that read fortress defense, listing walls, traps, turrets, gate, guardian, and fortress strength. He did not look too deep into details. He would have time to do it later. The king said that we would have to travel the world and upgrade these weapons. He also said that we would have to gather a party of our own because repel with each other. So you're saying that we will not be able to work as one, said Harry. The king said it is almost sunset, so please stay here for the night. Rest up and begin your quotes tomorrow. In the meantime, we will gather as many people as we can to help some of you with party members. A lady in a yellow dress came and said, I will show you to your rooms. Please come this way. The 4 men got put in the same chambers, but Harry got a room to himself because he was an unexpected summon. He spent his time going over the cube and all its abilities before he went to bed. He found out that he could gather metal and other things. He touched the green gem, and it turned into a storage trunk with a flight stairs. He walked down and found 6 doors, each leading to a different craft station. A forge for weapons and armor, an enchanting table, an alchemy table, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a storage room for material gathering, and a light switch for organization. It seems that the cube hero was more focused on versatility, crafting, and material gathering, unlike the others who probably could only use one particular weapon. The problem with this is he did not have the skills to craft weapons and armor, or was it like how Dudley played Minecraft on his computer and it was created instantly? Harry knew about video games, but never played them before. This was new to him other than to think too much of it. He went back to the room that the king provided and fell asleep.